My child, stop everything right now. Don't let your eyes drift somewhere else. Don't let your thoughts wander off. And whatever you do, don't scroll away, because this moment is unlike any other you have ever lived. This is not coincidence. This is not accident. This is not random chance. This is a divine interruption. I, the Lord your God, have broken into your routine, into your very breathing, into this exact moment of your life, to tell you something that carries eternal weight. If you let this moment slip past you, if you turn away and treat it like just another string of words, you will lose something that can never be recovered. So listen closely, because heaven and earth have aligned to deliver this message straight into your spirit. You think you still have plenty of time, but I am telling you now, time is far shorter than you imagine. The hours you assumed were still yours, the opportunities you believed would patiently wait, the doorways you were certain would always stay open, they are already swinging shut right before your eyes. You cannot afford to be distracted. You cannot afford to put off what I am speaking, because in this hour, delay equals loss. My child, I am speaking to you with such urgency, because I love you, and I refuse to let the enemy steal this moment from you without first sounding the warning. If you walk away now, if you brush these words aside, you will miss the blessing I have prepared to pour out, and the echo of that choice will ring louder than you can possibly imagine. So stop, be still, lean in. From this point forward, every word is life or death to your spirit. I know how many times you've told yourself, I'll get right with God tomorrow. I'll pray once I have more time. I'll listen later when things finally calm down. But tomorrow was never promised to you. Later may never arrive. The breath you are drawing in this very second is proof of my mercy. Yet do not assume that the next one belongs to you. This is why I am pressing on you so hard right now. This is why I am telling you to lay aside every distraction and turn your whole being toward what I am saying. You may think you're simply reading words on a screen, but in truth, this is my spirit reaching down into your very soul, shaking you awake before it is too late. The enemy would love nothing more than for you to shrug this off, to mutter, I'll finish this later, to turn your heart away for just a moment, because he knows that if you stay, if you listen, if you fully open your heart, chains will break, burdens will lift, miracles will be released, and his grip over your life will be shattered forever. That is exactly why he fights so hard to distract you, even now. Do not hand him the victory. Do not let yourself be robbed at the very edge of your breakthrough. I am standing before you with open hands, with blessings already prepared, with answers long awaited, but I will not force them into a heart that turns away. You have to choose to remain, to listen, to receive, because this message is the dividing line between what was and what could be. My beloved, I have whispered to you many times before. In the quiet, I sent you signs. In the middle of sleepless nights, I stirred something inside your spirit. Through circumstances, through delays, through unexpected turns in the road, I tried to get your attention. Sometimes you noticed. Other times you brushed it aside, telling yourself it was just coincidence. But this moment is different. This is not another gentle whisper. This is a trumpet blast in your spirit. This is heaven's alarm sounding over your life. I am crying out to you. Wake up, my child. Do not let this slip away. Do not let it pass you by. because what I am saying right now carries a weight beyond measure. You are standing at a crossroads, and the choice you make next will lead you either into the fullness of my promise or into a regret that can never be undone. That is why you cannot ignore me. You may have no idea how close you are to the very edge of your breakthrough, or how near the danger truly lies. I see what you cannot see. I know what is about to unfold. I know the traps the enemy has set just ahead of you. And I know the blessing that is about to be released if you simply stay faithful. That is why I'm telling you. Stop everything. Don't take another step without hearing me first, because these next words are the very key to your destiny. You have been waiting for a sign. You have prayed and said, Lord, if you're real, if you still care, if you still hear me, show me something undeniable. This is that sign. This is that undeniable moment. This is my answer to the cries you whispered in secret when you were sure no one was listening. I am here now, and I am telling you, if you leave, if you dismiss this, if you brush it aside, you will forfeit what I prepared for you before the foundation of time. But if you stay, if you listen, if you open your heart, everything can change in an instant. Type Jesus. I am yours completely if he has your heart. The weight of eternity rests on these very moments. That is why you feel something stirring even as you read this. That is why your heart is racing, why your spirit feels suddenly awake, why something deep inside you knows this is no ordinary thing. That is my spirit testifying within you that these words are true. Do not quench that fire. Do not silence that voice. Lean into it. For it is I, your Creator, speaking to you directly. I am standing at the door of your heart, and I am knocking. But you have to open it now. Not later, not tomorrow, now. If you open it, I will come in with power, with peace, with restoration. If you delay, the door will close, and the loss will be greater than you can imagine. My child, eternity is closer than you realize. You are not guaranteed. The life you assume is still stretched out ahead of you. You cannot gamble with the single, most important decision of your soul. That is why I am telling you to stop everything. That is why I am calling you with such urgency. Because this is the moment of mercy, the hour of decision, the final chance before the doors swing closed. The world is shifting. Time is moving faster than ever. And this is the message I appointed specifically for you. At this exact moment, you are not here by accident. You did not stumble into this at random. I orchestrated it. I placed it before you, because I knew your heart would be ready. So now, do not harden your heart. Do not walk away. This is your chance. This is your moment. This is your appointment with eternity. My beloved child, listen to me now with all of your heart. Because what I am about to reveal cannot wait until tomorrow. It is not something you can set aside for a more convenient time. It is not something you can wave off with another excuse. This is not coincidence. This is divine timing. This is the moment written into the very fabric of eternity, for you to hear my voice clearly and unmistakably. I know you believe you still have time, that there will always be another chance, that you can keep postponing your decisions until life finally feels calmer, safer, easier. But I tell you, with all the authority of heaven, there is no more time for delay. The hour has struck. That urgency pressing against your spirit right now is not your imagination. It is my spirit crying out to you, warning you of what is near, pleading with you not to turn away. Do you not see, my child, how I have been orchestrating this very moment. Do you not sense that your steps have been guided to this exact place? You may think you simply happened across these words, but nothing about this is random. Before you were ever born, before your first breath ever filled your lungs, before your heart beat for the very first time, I set aside this hour, this divine appointment, for you. You are hearing me now because your spirit is finally ready, because your destiny cannot wait any longer, and because the window of opportunity in front of you is closing fast. The reason this cannot wait is because danger is far closer than you realize. The enemy has been circling your life, weaving traps in silence, setting snares just beyond your line of sight. He has been waiting for the moment when your guard drops, when your heart is distracted, when your faith grows weary, to pounce and steal what I placed inside you. That is why I have stepped in now, with urgency. That is why I am thundering into your soul with this message. If you ignore this, if you dismiss it as just another word, if you walk away without responding, the enemy will seize what belongs to you, and you will face consequences that were never meant to be yours. You see only the surface, my beloved, but I see everything. I see the unseen battles surrounding you. I see the schemes of the enemy. I see the fragile line between safety and destruction. And I am telling you plainly, if you turn away now, something unimaginably painful will unfold, not because I wanted it for you, but because you walked away from the protection of my voice. Why do I warn you? It is not to frighten you for no reason. It is to shield you from what I already see coming. I am the God who knows the end from the beginning, and because I see what lies ahead, I cannot stay silent. Do you remember the times I whispered to you? The times you felt a stirring in your heart to change, to repent, to let go of certain things, to draw closer to me? Those were not random feelings. Those were my warnings. Gentle at first, calling you back into alignment with my will. But you brushed them aside, telling yourself you had more time. Now, my child, the season for gentle whispers is over. This is a trumpet blast. This is heaven shouting into your soul. This is me taking hold of you with urgency, because delay is no longer safe. Do you not know that judgment is drawing near? Do you not sense the shifting in the world all around you? The shakings, the storms, the unrest. These are not accidents. They are signs. Signs of a generation running out of time. Signs of a creation groaning for redemption. Signs of my return drawing closer than you think. My spirit is moving across the earth with urgency, awakening hearts, sounding alarms, pulling souls out of their slumber. You are one of those I am reaching for right now. If you ignore this message, if you push it aside, you risk being swept away in the storm that is coming. Please consider supporting our channel. Our deepest desire is to bring true joy into your life and to awaken devotion and reverence for God in your heart. And if you feel blessed by what we share, you can show your support through the Super Thanks button down below. My beloved child, I am not saying any of this to terrify you, but to awaken you. Because I see what you cannot. I see the road you're traveling. And I see the cliff that lies ahead if you keep walking it without me. I see the doors of opportunity about to close forever if you hesitate any longer. I see the enemy sharpening his arrows, ready to launch them at your soul, the very moment you step out from under the covering of my presence. That is why I am pleading with you. Do not ignore this. Do not dismiss it. Do not gamble with eternity. You have told yourself, I'll get serious with God when I'm older, when I've reached my goals, when life finally slows down. But do you not realize how fragile life truly is? Do you not see how quickly everything can change in a single instant? One accident, one diagnosis, one unexpected event, and everything you thought was secure can vanish. That is why I am saying, stop everything. That is why I am saying, you cannot wait, because your soul is more valuable than all the riches, all the achievements, all the fleeting pleasures you chase. None of those things can save you when the storm finally comes. Only I can. And I am here now reaching out to you, urging you to take hold of my hand before it's too late. Do not deceive yourself by thinking, surely this warning isn't for me. Surely God is speaking to someone else. Oh, my child, I am speaking to you, and you know it. Your heart is pounding, your spirit is trembling. Deep inside, you recognize my voice. Do not silence it. Do not drown it out. Do not let pride or fear talk you into ignoring it. This is not for someone else. This is for you. You asked me for a sign, and here it is. You cried out in secret, Lord, if you are real, show me. This is me showing you. This is me answering you. This is me proving my love by coming to you with urgency. If you walk away, my beloved, what waits ahead for you is not light, but darkness. The enemy will waste no time, filling the silence left behind by my voice. He will flood your heart with lies, with doubt, with hopelessness. He will try to convince you that you are too broken, too late, too lost to ever come back. And if you let him, he will lead you into a despair that will crush your spirit. That is the terrible outcome I am warning you about. That is the unimaginable loss I am trying to save you from. Not only the loss of opportunities, but the loss of peace, the loss of purpose, the loss of eternal life. But listen to me carefully. You do not have to walk that road. That is exactly why I am speaking so forcefully right now. That is why I am saying, do not delay, because the very fact that you are hearing me means it is not too late. There is still time for you to turn, but that time is running out, and quickly. Do not wait around for another sign. Do not demand another proof. This is the proof. This is the sign. This is the mercy of God extended to you one more time. My child, think of all the times I rescued you when you didn't even realize it. The near accidents. The moments when despair nearly swallowed you whole. The nights you were certain you couldn't make it through. I was there. I shielded you. I kept you alive for this very moment, because I knew this day would come, this exact hour when I would reach you once again and say, do not turn away. This is your chance. Do not lose it. I am not promising that the days ahead will be easy. I am not telling you that you'll never face another storm. But this I do promise. With me, you will be safe. With me, you will endure. With me, you will find a peace this world could never give you. Without me, you will face the storms with no anchor, no shield, no hope. And that, my beloved, is a burden far too heavy for you to carry. That is why I am urging you. That is why I am pressing on your spirit with such urgency. This cannot wait. The truth is, there are only two paths before you now. One leads to life, and the other leads to destruction. There is no middle road, no safe compromise, no delay without a price. If you choose me, you choose life, purpose, peace, and eternal joy. If you ignore me, you choose emptiness, regret, loss, and eternal separation. I lay it out for you as plainly as I possibly can, because I love you far too much to soften the truth. This is the decision of your soul. and you must make it now. So hear me once more. This is not coincidence. This is divine timing. The reason this message cannot wait is because the danger is already near. The storm is already moving. The doors are already closing. And if you turn away, you will lose more than you can imagine. But if you listen, if you open your heart, if you respond in faith, I will cover you. I will protect you. I will bless you, and I will lead you into a life far greater than anything you are clinging to right now. This is why you must stop everything and hear me now. Because heaven itself is leaning in close, because angels are watching, because your destiny hangs in the balance. Do not miss this moment. Do not walk away from what I have set before you. The danger is real, but so is the promise. The loss is great, but so is the blessing. And the choice is yours, here and now, in this holy and urgent hour. My precious child, let me draw near to you now in the tenderness of my love. Because I have watched you walk through valleys so deep that you wondered if even I could see you down there. You thought the darkness was too thick, the silence stretched too long, the weight far too heavy for anyone to notice. But I was there, through every single moment. Not one tear you cried ever fell unnoticed. Not one sigh of despair ever escaped my attention. I collected every tear, I recorded every sorrow, and I carried every hidden weight you believed you bore all alone. You have asked me, in the stillness of the night, Lord, do you even see me? Do you care? Have you forgotten me? And today I answer you plainly. Yes, I see you. Yes, I care. My love, I have never forgotten you. Say I walk by faith, not by sight. If you trust His unseen hand, I know the loneliness that has gripped your heart. I saw you in those quiet rooms when no one else was around. When you smiled on the outside, while you felt broken within, I watched as you tried to hold yourself together, carrying your burdens in silence, because you feared no one would understand if you ever spoke them aloud. My beloved, you were never truly alone in those moments. When you felt that cold emptiness pressing against your chest, that was the very moment I wrapped my arms around you most tightly. You may not have recognized it, but the peace that arrived in brief flashes, the strength that rose up in you just enough to survive one more day, that was me. I was the unseen presence, the hidden hand, the quiet strength carrying you when your own strength had completely run out. You have walked through heartbreak that others never even knew about. You endured betrayals that left wounds too deep to put into words. You were let down by people you trusted, abandoned by those you were sure would stay, rejected at the very moment you needed love the most. And though you carried it all in silence, I heard the cry inside your soul that screamed, "Why, Lord? Why does it hurt this much?" My beloved child, I wept with you in those moments. Every time your heart broke, mine broke right along with it. Every time you felt cast aside, I drew even closer. You thought you were forgotten, but you were engraved on the very palms of my hands. You thought you were invisible, but I was gazing upon you with eyes of unending love. You asked me about the prayers that seemed to go unanswered. The nights you stayed awake, whispering words you assumed simply vanished into empty air. You wondered why nothing changed, why the heavens fell silent, why my response seemed so delayed. But my child, not one prayer was ever ignored. I heard every word, even the ones you couldn't shape into sentences, the ones that were only sobs or groans too deep to express. I understood them all. I was working in ways you could not see, I was arranging pieces, protecting you from things you thought you wanted, but that would have harmed you. Preparing blessings that needed time to grow before they could be revealed. Delay was never denial. Silence was never absence. What felt like neglect was actually my careful preparation, because I love you too much to give you anything less than the fullness of my promise. I remember the days when you could barely drag yourself out of bed, when the weight of depression pressed down so hard that breathing itself felt like labor. I remember the times fear tightened around your chest, when anxiety set your mind racing and left your spirit restless. I remember when you felt worthless, when shame whispered the lie that you were not good enough, when guilt tried to convince you that your past disqualified you from any kind of future. And through all of it, I never once left you. I spoke into your spirit even when you couldn't hear it. I whispered truth when the enemy was shouting lies. I covered you when you were certain destruction was inevitable. You may not realize it now, but the simple fact that you are still here, still breathing, still listening to these words, is proof of my hand on your life. The enemy tried to end you, but I preserved you. You thought you were weak, but I was your strength. You thought you were forgotten, but I held you close in every single moment. I know about the nights you lay awake, staring at the ceiling, asking questions no one else could answer. Lord, do I even have a purpose? Why was I born at all? Am I just existing, or do you have something more for me? My beloved, I answer you now. Yes, you have a purpose. You were not born by accident. I knit you together in your mother's womb with intention and with care. Every detail of who you are was crafted with love. Your existence was never random. It was planned by me before time itself began. And though you have doubted yourself, though you've been fed lies that you are not enough, though life has tried to convince you that your worth is small, I say to you now, you are my masterpiece. You are precious in my sight. You are chosen, called, and deeply loved. I have seen the struggles you never told a single soul about, the addictions you battled, the temptations you faced, the silent wars raging in your mind. I know the guilt you carry, the memories that still haunt you, the regret that keeps whispering that you cannot be forgiven. But hear me, child. You are forgiven. My blood has already washed over every failure, every mistake, every moment of weakness. You are not defined by your past. You are not chained to your mistakes. When I look at you, I do not see your failures. I see my beloved child, cleansed, redeemed, and made new. So stop carrying shame I already paid for. Stop believing lies I already silenced. You are free, and you have always been loved. I know the moments you looked around and saw others being blessed while you felt left behind. You wondered, why not me? Why is everyone else moving forward while I feel so stuck? My beloved, I never overlooked you. I never forgot you. Your story is different because your calling is different. The road I set before you required a preparation that others may not need. That is why your journey has felt longer, harder, slower. But every delay was shaping you. Every detour was protecting you. Every hardship was building strength inside you. And soon you will see that nothing was wasted. Not the pain, not the tears, not the waiting. All of it will be transformed into testimony, into purpose, into beauty that shines all the brighter because of everything you endured. My beloved child, you have been misunderstood by so many. People judged you without ever knowing the full story. They labeled you, They criticized you. They assumed things about you that were never even true. And though their words pierced your heart, I want you to know, I have always known the truth about you. I saw what others could not. I saw the purity of your intentions, the sincerity of your heart, the kindness you showed even when no one noticed. And I have honored all of it. You are not who others say you are. You are who I say you are, and I call you chosen, loved, forgiven, strong, and destined for greatness. Do not think for a moment that I have been distant from your struggles. I was there in the hospital room when fear gripped your heart. I was there when you cried yourself to sleep. I was there when you said, I can't do this anymore. I was there when you almost gave up, and I carried you through. You may not remember how you ever made it out of some of those situations, but I was the one who made a way. When doors slammed shut, I was quietly opening others. When people turned their backs, I was walking right beside you. When you were certain all hope was gone, I was breathing life back into you. And now I want you to hear me clearly. Your suffering has not been in vain. Your tears have not been wasted. Your pain has not been meaningless. Every trial has been preparing you for something greater. Every heartbreak has been shaping you into someone stronger. Every delay has been aligning you with a destiny far bigger than you ever imagined. I have seen all of it. I have been in all of it. And I am bringing you through all of it into a place of restoration. So take courage, my beloved. Lift up your head. I have not abandoned you. I have not forsaken you. I have walked with you through fire, through flood, through shadow, and I will never leave you. You are mine, and I am yours. Let this truth settle deep into your heart. You were never alone, and you never will be. My beloved child, hear me now with a seriousness that cuts deeper than any ordinary word. For what I am about to tell you is not light, not casual, not something you can afford to ignore. This is a prophetic warning, spoken directly into your spirit. You must understand that I, Jesus, do not sound this kind of alarm without reason. I do not stir urgency in your soul unless something is truly coming, unless a collapse is on the horizon, unless a shaking is already moving through the unseen realm. You ask me for truth, and I cannot withhold it from you. I love you far too much to stay silent while danger stands right in front of you. My child, the world is on the very edge of a great shaking. The systems you thought were secure will tremble. The foundations people trusted will crack. The structures men built with pride will fall. The idols they worshipped will crumble into dust. It is not my desire to see you harmed in this collapse, but I must warn you plainly. If you keep ignoring my voice, if you keep delaying, if you keep treating my call as something you can simply return to later, you will be swept up in the same downfall that is coming upon those who reject me. The enemy has woven lies into the very fabric of society, and many are completely blind to it. They walk confidently along a path that leads to ruin, convinced they are safe, simply because the ground beneath them hasn't broken yet. But I see ahead. I see the cracks widening. I see the flood rising. I see the storm closing in. That is why I cry out to you now. Do not stand with those who ignore me, for their fall will be great. This is not the hour to be lukewarm. This is not the season to drift between choices. The line is being drawn, my beloved. The separation is already taking place between those who truly belong to me and those who only use my name without ever surrendering their hearts. You cannot remain undecided any longer. The world will soon shake in such a way that neutrality will no longer even be possible. Either you will stand with me and remain unshaken, or you will stand without me and collapse along with everything else. That is why this exact message is so crucial. That is why heaven pressed it into your life at this precise moment, because your destiny, your future, your eternal security, everything hangs in the balance of how you respond right now. Do not say to yourself, surely the danger is still far away. Surely I have years left to decide. I tell you the truth, the hour is nearer than you think. The signs are already in motion. You have felt them. Unrest among the nations, confusion in the minds of many, deception spreading like wildfire, fear multiplying in hearts that once felt strong. These are not accidents. These are the tremors before the great shaking. These are the warnings before the collapse. I told you in my word that in the last days, perilous times would come, and you are living in those very days. And yet, my beloved, you do not need to be afraid if you are hidden in me. Fear belongs to those who stand exposed, without shelter, but peace belongs to those who remain under my covering. Hear this, though. If you ignore my call, you are stepping outside of that covering. If you delay your obedience, you are exposing yourself to storms you were never meant to face alone. If you turn away from this moment, you are choosing a path that simply will not hold when the shaking comes, and when the collapse arrives, regret will not save you. Tears will not turn back the clock. Missed opportunities will not return. That is why I am speaking so forcefully now, because I do not want you to taste that regret. I do not want you to walk into that loss. I want you safe, secure, unshaken, anchored in me. I love you, Spirit of God. If the Holy Spirit is your guide, my beloved, you must understand that there are forces moving even now that seek to deceive you, to blind you, to harden your heart against this very truth. The enemy knows what I am about to release into your life if you respond. He knows the blessing waiting on the other side of your surrender. And that is exactly why he will do everything in his power to distract you in this moment, to whisper that this message isn't urgent, that you can always come back to it later, that it's just another passing word. Do not listen to him. His whispers are laced with poison. If you believe him now, you risk losing what I have written into your destiny since before the foundations of the world. My child, destiny is not something to be taken lightly. I created you for a reason. I placed gifts and callings within you that no one else carries in quite the same way. You are not random. You are not replaceable. You are not insignificant. And yet, if you keep ignoring me, if you walk away from this divine intersection, you will forfeit much of what I prepared for you. I will still love you. I will still long for you, but the opportunities reserved for your obedience in this season will pass into the hands of another. That is the weight of this moment. That is why I plead with you. That is why I refuse to hold back the warning. Because what lies ahead is far too costly for you to miss simply through hesitation. Look at the world around you, my beloved. Do you not see the instability? Do you not feel the tension rising? The peace men thought they controlled is vanishing. The wealth they relied upon is shaking. The voices they trusted contradict themselves, leading only deeper into confusion. This is the sign of a world building without me, and a house built without a foundation cannot stand. I am the only foundation. Those who build on me will withstand every storm. But those who build on anything else will fall the moment the winds rise. That is why I tell you again, your choice cannot wait. You must choose now. The danger I am warning you about is not only the collapse of worldly systems, but the collapse of your own soul, if you continue ignoring me. When you walk without my presence, your heart slowly grows hard. Your ears grow dull. Your eyes lose their sight of the truth. The longer you delay, the more numb you become, until you no longer even feel the urgency of my call. That is the most dangerous place of all. Not when you are struggling, not when you are broken, but when you are hardened and convinced you need nothing at all. That is why I am breaking into your life right now, before your heart crosses that line, before numbness steals away your ability to respond. This is mercy, my child. Urgent mercy, strong mercy, but mercy nonetheless. Type Amen if you trust the Lord to guide your steps, and share this video so that others may find His way.